Here's my 1991 Toyota Supra Mark III with the 7MGE engine. It's a non-turbo. Haven't cleaned it yet. I'm going to go do that after I record this. So welcome. Superior Stance. It's the start of my project. Multiple things. So I'll do a little walk around, explain the plan, and just show my car, I guess. So we'll start with the wheels. I bought the car like this. I do not like these rims. I've never heard of this company. I can't find anything on this company. I mean, yeah, it exists. I can't find these rims for sale anywhere else. I don't know, I can't find any information on them other than this is a company. That's it. All the other rims are chromes. They are big. These are 18s. And they have, you know, same logo. This centerpiece, you know, it's expensive. I don't know who the last owner was. All I know is that they must have really liked 18-inch rims on a 90s JDM car. So other than that, that's really the only, that's how I bought it. And I bought it with an aftermarket steering wheel and a spacer. Still have the factory tail lights. Put in today NRG sticker. I've had the Supra sticker on there for a while. In the back I've got my OEM radio and a mount for my aftermarket radio. I think this is a pretty good example of a Supra. It's not got a lot of damage. There's no rust in the wheel wells, which is very common. The only small things, like there's a little hole right there, nothing bad. Just recently my running light went out for this one. When I first got the car, one of the first things I put on it was a strap, which has no purpose at all, but just, it looks cool, I think. I'm gonna be changing it from that bamboo one to a different one. I had halogen headlights. My driver's side went out, so I put in some Chinese made, I don't know what they are, just LEDs, projector lights. They're a little goofy looking, but they weren't expensive, you know. It's really what's important right now. Kind of looks like it's got eyes and a face. Got a little tree collection. It's just for a limited time. So on the inside, oh yeah, there's some paint chips here and there. There's some rough paint right here. I don't know. Someone told me the car had been repainted, but I can't really find any evidence of it because the interior and the exterior are very similar. I mean, if they repainted it, they repainted it the same color. It don't look like it to me. I mean, even here, they would have repainted that, and the inside just looks a little darker, but it's not being cleaned. So on the inside, we've got factory seats because these are actually really comfortable. Aftermarket radio. I don't have the filler in. That's what that is in the trunk. I bought an NRG parking brake handle. These are my driving gloves. I don't really wear them. I've got a short hub, and I've got my quick release, which have not been put on yet. There's a spacer, not sure who makes it. I don't know where it came from. You know, obviously it came on the car. The cover for this I have in the car as well. I just took it off in preparation to replace this. And the steering wheel I'm going to keep on it. It's an HP steering wheel. I've never heard of that company either. Whoever put the wheels and the steering wheel on it and whatever in this adapter spacer, obviously went with something extremely cheap. I don't know, the rims, all the Vault rims I could find were $800. So, but they put a cheap aftermarket steering wheel on it. It's not a bad one. I kind of like it. It don't feel too terrible. It's not bolted on loose or anything. The adapter isn't loose either, so I mean, it's okay. Put a horn button here. This just comes off. It was attached with some electrical tape, and I removed it last week. Last week into recording this, not last week whenever you're watching this. Anyways, it's pretty cut and dry, really. There's not a lot done to it so far. I obviously have a little tree collection and a candy cane. Don't know why that's really there. So a personal touch that I did, and I'm still in the process of doing, is the dash. It's cracked pretty bad right there. So it's not pretty. So when I bought it, they had put this dash cover on, which I'm kind of glad they did, because that would have saved me a tiny bit of money. But at the same time, I wish it wasn't there, just so I could have bought my own dash topper, but it's free, so I'm not really going to complain. And it does cover up the massive crack. There's only one crack in it too. There's no cracks here, which is good. But I thought the dash topper is just a little bland, like, because to replace the dash, you have to replace this whole piece, and I really don't want to replace all of this. It's just too much time, too much money. So that's why I'm keeping the dash topper on here for now, until I can't afford to replace the whole thing. But I think after I replace it, I'm probably still going to put this back on, just because of the idea I had. So to keep the dash topper from looking just boring and bland like it is, for every road that I drive on that is important, like Tail the Dragon is a good one, or Highway 226A, which is in Marion, North Carolina. That's Diamondback. Then there's like the Devil's Triangle and Moonshiner Run or something like that. For everyone that I drive, I'm gonna get a pin for. So I guess I would assume most bikers get these and put these on their motorcycle jackets, but I thought it'd be cool to put it on my car. So I went and did Tail the Dragon, so I got a pin for it. I think it's a pretty cool one. And I got some other various pins. Like right now I've got Blastoise pin and a Pokeball, which is the only rubber pin I have. And, you know, I'm a Pokemon fan, so I thought might as well. I actually bought this at a Volkswagen festival in Raleigh. And on the other side I got a couple more. So we'll walk around and look at them. On this side I've got 1986 Toyota Lapel Pin. I don't know where that one's from, and I think this one was from the 80s as well, when the Supra first came out. The Mark III at least, because the Celica Supra was a thing. A strange thing with my car, my fog light switch turns on my fog lights and my bright lights. It's a really strange thing that it does. Another thing that I added, see, here's the top for my steering wheel, and there's a little piece right here that this piece goes right into it, and it don't shut. It's broken, so I just took it out. It just slides right out. So I keep that in the back behind my seat, just so I know where it's at. And my visor came off too, which is also back here. Another thing that I added, because I really enjoy music, I have my two 12-inch kickers. They're Comp S's, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Yeah, they're Comp S 12-inch kickers. I've got a 1000-watt Pioneer amp, which is under the passenger seat. Which I will show you. The passenger seat is manual, but the driver's seat is automatic. Oh, it's got buttons and don't have levers and stuff. So my 1000-watt amp, which all came out of my 98 Grand Cherokee It's an okay amp. It's a 4-channel. It's not terrible for what I needed to do. I am looking to change it though. So under the hood, we've got 7MGE, which is in, I mean, it's pretty clean. I mean, it's not a dirty engine, which is kind of what I was expecting when I bought it. I bought it with 103,000 miles on it. I think it's got 109,000 and like maybe 500, somewhere around there. Not an extreme amount. I bought it in October of 2020, and it's February 20th, February 21st. I don't know. It's one of them 2 days of 2021, and I've put 6,000 miles on it, which isn't terrible. It's my daily driver now, so. But I'm gonna replace my headlight bracket because it's broken right here, which that's okay. It don't really bother me. I've had it for a few months and I've still not gotten it fixed, just because it's not gonna ruin my car. There's a hole down here that goes into the air filter, and I'm gonna replace all that and put a cold air intake here. I just gotta find mounts and sensors that will go here so that it will work and not pull off a check engine light or something. Other than that, really, there's nothing I can do to this. I can get bigger pistons, and that's about it. Or I can't get bigger, I can get better pistons. There's nothing really else to do. You just can't really do anything to the 7MGE. It's an okay engine, but you just can't do anything. Down here I've got my polarity switch for my headlights, because the car comes stock with 2 negatives and a positive, and my headlights are 2 positives and a negative, so I had to get that fixed. I guess a long run goal for this thing is I want to put a 2JZGE in it, which is obviously a non-turbo, and I'm going to put a turbo on it. The reason is because the non-turbo is just cheaper. Like, that's significantly cheaper than buying a twin turbo or a turbo. So just not worth it in my opinion. Spending all the extra money to get one that's turboed when it'll be a factory turbo, just because that's the cheapest option. And the factory turbos really aren't that good. So other than that, I'm gonna start it, and I cut the exhaust off. Well, I cut the muffler off. That's it. About 1 foot of exhaust, which was right here. I'm going to clean it up, make it look a little bit better. That's a little bit more than 1 foot probably, but still. I'm going to put the camera right here, and I'll start it up. Vacuum leak somewhere. At least that's what I was told it was. I'm not 100% sure if that's actually what it is. That's something else that we get fixed. This is just kind of an early video, so yeah. It's an okay car. I enjoy driving it. My block covers came off. They're in the car. Any part that comes off is still in the car, just like my radio is still in the car. But again, this is just a first video I'm doing on it. Got a video from Tell the Dragon that I'm going to post. I'm going to be putting on YouTube. I got this one, obviously. I enjoy the car though. I think it's pretty fun to drive. I think it sounds great, and I can't complain about it. Definitely worth the money that I paid for it, which really wasn't that much. I'm going to be getting new pedals, also NRG. The quick release I have and the shore hub is both NRG. That's why I have an NRG sticker. And yes, it's neochrome. front pedals will be neochrome. I'm not going to be putting a lot of neochrome in this car. I like neochrome, but I like it to an extent. I think a little bit of neochrome is okay, but if you do your whole car in neochrome, it just looks really trashy. So neochrome pedals, and then I'm going to have a neochrome centerpiece on my wheel when I replace this. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not going to be putting anything else in here that's neochrome. Someone told me I need to do neochrome, what is it? Pretty much anything on here that's not a colored metal, neochrome. So, like my seat belt hooks, or whatever you call these, neochrome, which I thought was, no, that's just not a good idea. They told me to do this in neochrome, and no, it just looked horrible. So yeah, this is my 91 Supra Mark III. I enjoy it. People I know, they like it. If you don't like it, I don't care. It's just my opinion. You know, I feel if someone else don't like what you drive, then that's their own problem, not yours. If you're happy with what you drive, then be happy. And this is what makes me happy. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Superior Stance Design. You can follow me on Instagram, which is also Superior Stance Design, and I have another Instagram account, which is a private account, which you can follow me on if you really want to. If not, that's fine with me. No, I did not stick. That's not sticking. There we go. So yeah, welcome to Superior Stance Design, where I do pretty much everything I can to blow up my motor.